Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a question from Energizing Physics lesson 3.5. So the question asks, first to draw the free body diagrams as this person is falling. So in the first situation where the person is free falling, we know that the only force acting on the person is the force of gravity. And in the second scenario, we know that there is now gravity and a normal force. And in the third scenario, there's also gravity and the normal force. And in the last scenario, there's gravity and also a normal force. So we know the magnitudes of the arrows because in the last scenario, it's given that the scale reads 800. And we know that this is when the person is at rest, so the normal force here is going to equal the same force as gravity. So the net force is 0, which is why they're at rest. So here we can label the Fg is equal to 800 newtons. And then Fn is also equal to 800. So for all of these, we can label Fg as 800. And in the second and third scenario, we see that the scale reading is 2,500 newtons, and that's what the F normal will be. So the second part of the question asks to calculate the lowest height, which is the height 3 at the fourth scenario, which is right here. So we can do this by using energy work stuff that we've already learned. So we know that the work done by gravity is going to be the force, which is 800, times the distance, which is 2 minus h3, and that's equal to the work done by the normal force, which is 1 minus h3 times 2,500, which is the force, because we know work is equal to force times distance. And all these are given because the initial height is 2 meters here, and the final height is h3, which is why the distance for the force of gravity is 2 minus h3. Whereas the normal force doesn't act on the person until they reach height 1, which is given here. And then the total span that it acts on the person is from 1 to h3, which is why we have this equation here. So now we can just solve for the equation. So 1,600 minus 800 h3 is equal to 2,500 minus 2,500 h3. And then we get 1,700 h3 is equal to 900. So h3 is equal to 0.53 meters. Yep. So there's also a faster way, or that doesn't require as much algebra, but it's basically the same thing. So we know going from the first scenario to the second scenario, there's F of gravity, which is 800 newtons, which acts for a total of 2 minus 1 meters, which is just 1 meter. So that's the force of gravity alone, is equal to the F net until the end. So from 1 to 3. But that's just, we can just call that distance d. And this F net is going to be 2,500 minus 800 because that's the normal force, and this is the force of gravity. So we have D is equal to 800 over 1700. Which is equal to 0.47. And since D is also equal to the distance traveled, which is from 1 to H3, we can find the actual H3 by subtracting 1 from D. So 1 minus D is equal to H3. So we know 1 minus 0.47 is equal to H3, which is equal to 0.53.